about that. Thank you for your patience.
Here, Travis. There you go.
Mother Nature and all her glory did not want me to do this.
Yes. Talk about anxiety.
Right? Exactly.
Yeah. When you're going to talk about anxiety, you get anxiety from talking about it and then trying not to be anxious.
like I just told Linda, oh, hey, you want to talk about anxiety? Let's give you something to be anxious about. Because I was like, okay, this is just wonderful. Here I'm trying to do something to help myself and help, more importantly, everybody out there. And here, I'm just going to go jump off the deck and lay in the rain. I don't even care at this point.
It's storming over here, too, but you know, it isn't going to storm on our parade. That's for sure.
I know. If it rain on me, I might melt.
I'll tell you, but I got hot.
Shit.
Hot, heart beating, ready to go.
Right, yeah.
Hi, Whirly Woo. Hi, Catnip, Awen, Survivor, Penny, everybody.
It sounds so funny. I love saying Whirly Woo, just like Paul. But like Whirly Woo, I was just thinking about you. I'm like, I wonder where she's been. She was like everywhere, and then she was gone. I'm like, no.
There she is again.
Catnip, did you get your kitties?
Did the kitties arrive?
And Charlotte, I'm dying to know what you thought of St. Louis.
Yeah, I like St. Louis. I've been through it many times. Next time I go through, though, I'm stopping at the Rainy Ranch.
She's like coming to live here.
Yeah. I'm going to move in the barn where everything is.
Sharon?
Hi, Sharon.
And move into the barn. We're going to have to get one.
Well, I don't know where you keep all that good stuff you got.
In the garage.
In the garage. I'll be a garage dweller.
Yeah, we're going to talk about being so organized, Travis, here in a few minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, my gosh. You did love it good, Charla. I'm glad.
Yeah. Great. She's been on holiday.
I wish you would have taken us with you.
Yeah. Exactly. I've been stressed out about that. What are you talking about? Trips are more anxious and more anxiety. Talk about going to the store is anxiety. Let's just not talk about that now.
That's funny. What a hoot. Oh, good. You got your kitties. Well, Catnip got her kittens. Whirly Woo's been on vacation. Charlotte loved my hometown. I'm representing with my Cardinals gear. Awen, how are you?
Hold it up again. Okay, well, I'll just spin it around.
There you go.
And then you can see there's
some of them. Talking about my shirt. I don't know. What are you talking about?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know if he's talking about my artwork on my albums or what. I also do it on canvas. It's just not on. I mean, look at behind her is a big picture of mine that I did. Eric Cozy has one.
Oh, there's up there's her record.
Yeah. Eric Cozy has one. Allie has one. I sent to everybody some. Stacy has one. Stacy's got my favorite.
I know. You should have been at the rally house. She was passing them out like.
Oh yeah, Carla Chase, Stacy Strunzik, or Tracy. Who else? I think. Oh, Marilyn Carter. Yeah, everybody. They all got some art from Linda. They'll all remember me. If they don't remember me for crying.
Linda showed up with this huge box of stuff and just started passing it out. I'm like, wow. Linda was running for president. She was shaking hands and kissing hands back in June. Way back before she announced her, candidacy.
You betcha.
Yeah, well, looks like Travis wants you to mail him some. Who do you have to know?
You don't have to know anybody if you'd like one. There's some artwork on the Cozy Wrecking Crew Discord too that I've done. So if you like that, you can just tell me what you like, and because that's how Denise got her one plate.
Yeah, so, way back when we first started Eric Cozy's Discord server, the artwork room, Linda posted this plate. It's upstairs. If I end up going up there while we're still on, I'll bring it down. She posted this plate, and I'm like, oh my God, I need that in my life. And I'm not saying I forgot about it, but she was like, I'm going to mail it to you. I'm like, oh, we'll figure it out. Well, she ended up bringing it to Rally, and I was like, oh my God, you remembered.
Well, Sharon, I would love to send you something. Oh, even Paul Capaldi's got some too. Yeah, he's got my red, white, and blue.
Julie, and then you send stuff to Jamie with Julie. Yeah, yep. Your stuff's gone nationwide, baby.
Yeah, I need to get it. yeah, really international too.
Oh, yeah.
Um,
Were you able to give one to Mark? Did you ever see Mark at the house?
I did one time, but by then it was already gone. All that stuff
I
was
got you.
gone. But
Right on.
yeah, I gave Paul Capaldi an album with the red, white, and blue on it, so he could think of America, you know.
That's
And
funny.
Sharon, I'd love to send you one. I'll show you some of my artwork. You can pick one out, or just pick out your own colors, and I will definitely do you one.
Yeah, and speaking of, yeah, why doesn't somebody pick out their own colors? And let's encourage Linda to film herself doing this. She's been talking about it,
Yeah,
and she told me about a week and a half ago that she got something to hold her camera to
I
be
did.
able to film it. So now we just need her to do that and show us.
Yeah, somebody could. Okay, Sharon, I'll tell you what. You put your colors down in here, and I'll make it for you, and I'll make it on the YouTube. There you
There
go.
we go. See,
Now that's a commitment.
that is a commitment, and that's awesome. And you heard it here, folks. If she flails it, we know where to find her.
Yeah, there's Puppy. He wants to say hi, baby. I don't know what she wants. She just wants attention, but she can go over there, and I better not let somebody see me doing this with my dog, because they'll turn me in for abuse or something like that. One lady went with her dog.
Oh,
you know, and they turned her in, or some animal. I'm not being mean to my puppy. No, I'm just putting her over there. Go on.
You were, see, I think, Catnip, did she say to you that she was going to do that as well?
Yeah, I did. I said it last week. So I'm sorry I lied.
Well, you didn't lie.
I just didn't get it out last week. It was kind of a rough week for me last week.
I think we talked about that a little on Friday. Last week was a bitch. Mm-hmm. I don't know about anybody else, but I know for myself it was, and I know from Linda, and I talked to Linda pretty much all day, every day. And for whatever reason, our stars aligned, and the world said, I'll give you something to worry about. This week is going to be hell.
Yeah. So this week we're going to start it off very nicely by discussing all anxieties.
Pretty much, yeah.
Today's the basic.
Yeah, we're going to turn this into pretty much like a series. We announced on Friday we're going to do this every Sunday at 8 o'clock Central Time, or 8:15, weather permitting, right? Whatever. And then on Thursdays at 1:15, starting in 2 weeks, I will be taking my grandson to and from preschool. And then I also have to pick Gavin up at 2:30. So we can start around 1:15 and go for about an hour. And if everybody's still in it to win it, and I just have to run and get Gavin, then Linda can maintain it and we can go from there. So, but right now it's going to be on Sunday nights at 8 Central, and Thursdays starting around between 1 and 1:15. And I'll probably schedule it for 1:15 just to be safe, to be able to get Aiden to school and then get back here. So.
Right. And if you read in the description down below, in the description, it kind of tells a little bit about what this is really going to be. And there's a link. There's a couple links down there. One is for the book that we are going from, which is Anxiety for Dummies. Is that what it is?
Yeah. You guys know, they have a book, Everything for Dummies, like Painting for Dummies, all those, and some of them are funny, some of them are not, but they do have a lot of humor in this book. And I was able to find a PDF version of the Overcoming Anxieties for Dummy book. And they also make an accompanying workbook, which I'm not going to say we're going to sit around and do homework, but it will be something that we can kind of bounce around from and talk about what anxiety is a pretty blanket term for a lot of things. You're having anxiety because you can't make Thursdays.
We can rewatch.
All right, Travis.
Can always rewatch.
You can definitely rewatch. And Travis, you know how to get hold of us. We're everywhere.
Yeah, you know us.
But I really liked the basic terms of the I call it the Dummies workbook, but I really like the real basic terms. Clearly, we're not doctors. We're not here to diagnose anybody. We barely can diagnose ourselves.
Exactly.
But my biggest reason for wanting to do this is in my 42 years of life, I've been in enough programs and different, things that I had to do in order to maintain my sanity. And the most beneficial part of any program I ever did was like the group therapy setting, and to where you can talk you just sit around and talk to other people. I mean, I appreciate doctors, medical staff, psychologists, the whole 9 yards, but I don't necessarily want to talk to somebody who is trained to treat people like me. I want to talk to people, who deal with the same things I do. And I want to learn, different coping mechanisms. And I'm willing to really laugh at myself and be extremely sarcastic. So when whatever happens passes, I want to be able to sit back and be like, can you believe I did that today? And I could say that to Linda, and Linda would be like, dumbass.
Yeah.
Not to mean, but just to be like, okay. So it's just easier to talk to other people. So I don't know.
Basically the same thing for me. I've been through a lot of programs. I've done all that, and I just find it a lot more therapeutic to talk to people who really have it, and doing this is therapy. When you talk about it, just talking about it helps you overcome things. I mean, I know we talked about anxiety with the great video that Denise has, boom, boom, down at the bottom in the description. Anxiety is like a hockey game. That is fantastic. It is excellent. It really, really gives a lot of how people feel. But we talked about this before rally, and I have very bad social anxiety. I am so worried about going out in the world and people making fun of me. So I come into the thing and go and act like a fool. Then I do it, then it's not so bad. That's kind of way you think. So this is going to be therapy for me too. And I just love engaging, and everybody has anxiety of some sort. Some have it worse than others. Some just feel it if they got a new job or something. But it's a great way to do this. I think it's fantastic.
Anxiety is normal. Everybody, every person on the planet. I mean, anxiety is pretty much like your like Mother Nature's alarm system for your body. Your body will sense like things are about to get real, batten down the hatches, we're going to war. Your heart will start to race, your muscles get tense, and that's normal. So imagine, somebody cut you off and you're almost in a car accident. Imagine that feeling. Like you're just like, oh my God, like you're ready to, it's the whole fight or flight thing, which is basically
right.
That sums up anxiety, and I mean, everybody deals with it, and it's innate in your body in order to help you cope with whatever situation is going on. Where the problem comes into play, and I'll speak for myself, is that when it becomes, when you're basically your security system's going off for no damn reason, and of course to you it feels like a good reason. And I read an analogy and I absolutely love it. It's like the smoke alarm goes off in your house when all you're doing is making toast.
Yeah.
And you're thinking of smoke alarm, dumbass. Like seriously, it's okay, no big deal. But in that, your smoke alarm's like, hey, and it's nothing. So I feel like that's how I feel a lot of the times, more times than I probably should admit. But to someone who just gets anxiety, whose security system is, up to date and works the way it's supposed to.
Yeah, up to date.
Say there's traffic. Okay. And that person's like, oh, I'm going to be late for work. Damn it. Yeah. The boss is going to be pissed off today. No big deal. Like to me, I'd be like, oh my God, there's traffic. I'm going to be late to work. Oh my God, my boss is going to be pissed. The coworker,
I'm going to lose my job.
I'm not going to be able to park in my favorite parking spot. Oh my God, I'm going to be short 2 hours on my check. I'm not going to be able to afford this. Oh my God, I can't get groceries. We're all going to starve.
Yep.
That it like builds and builds, and your mind allows this create these scenarios to take place, and it's hard to gain control of that.
Right.
And when it's done in past, you're like, what the hell is wrong with you? But that's not necessarily wrong with you. That's just the way you're built. But there are ways to cope with that. And everybody in this room deals with it in a different way. Whether even when it's, even if you're just one of those people who's like, oh my God, the boss is going to be so pissed off at me. How do you deal with that? You walk into work and do the walk of shame. That's all you do. But the rest of some of us will totally flip out.
Yeah.
So
you get in a car accident, like you said. Well, I'm riding in a car and if somebody's coming around a curve because I was in an accident, all of a sudden I see an ambulance, I see blood, I see me laying on the ground. I'm like, I'm going to die. Slow down, slow down. You're freaking out. I mean, there's like these pictures that go off in my head saying, oh my gosh. So it's the fear on steroids. That's what it is. It's like, bam, it's like a burst of steroids to my fear department, the flight or fight thing, and it don't come down. Somebody who has like anxiety, like starting a new job, they'll be nervous kind of like for stepping in there and they start trying out their new job. And as the day progresses, their anxiety is going to go down. Me, bam, it does not do that. I have to literally talk my way out of it, which is something you can do, and it is called, I wrote it down. It's called CBT, cognitive behavior thinking. That is something we can learn later on in the series, but that is something that'll happen. I don't have that naturally. A lot of people who have anxiety don't have that naturally. Oh, Truth Monster. Sex, drugs, rock and roll, and best medicine. You got it.
I know. I have to post that up here. I love that. What's
I like
up,
it.
Monster?
Yeah. So, yeah.
So I don't know. I mean, for some people, anxiety is normal. It's built into your body for a reason. It's there for a reason, and it does its job. But the problem with the anxiety comes when you start to think in too many what if scenarios. Like I just talked about with the traffic and you're going to be late for work. So you're going to be late for work. That is what is. But then when your mind takes you to the what if scenarios, more times than not, like I'm going to be late, I'm going to, my pay is going to get docked, I'm not going to be able to buy groceries, the whole family's going to starve. You're talking about all these what if scenarios. And I mean, there's a ton of different ways that it presents itself. I mean, we have everything like, you just have like a general anxiety, you have social anxiety, you get into PTSD. I mean, it goes on and on and on. And again,
right.
We're not anyway medical professionals. So, but the goal is not to be all like medical and whatever. My personal goal is to just provide, to let people know it's okay to talk about it. Like,
right.
It's not scary to have any sort. Anxiety definitely falls under the mental health issue, and that of course is taboo and people get freaked out about it, and they're not really freaked out about because you're not doing yourself any favors by not discussing it. So
right. And there's like 30% of us who get this anxiety of the different sorts, because there's social anxiety and then there's panic attacks that go with it and a lot of other things. You could just be going down the grocery store and all of a sudden your heart will start to race and you're like getting like sweaty and you're like scared and you don't even know why. It's just like, why is my heart racing? Why do I have that butterfly feeling in my stomach? What's going on? And then it'll just disappear. It'll slowly go away. I've had that happen too, but I also had tragedies in my life that have made my anxiety become way worse. So some of us or some of you would just have like the normal anxiety, or in parts of your life that is very stressful, you might carry on with some anxiety that lasts a little longer, might have a little bit of a panic attack, and it'll go away and you'll never have it again. But people like me and Denise have it in our brain, and it actually, your brain will scan the different parts that if you have it severely. I consider myself a very severe case of anxiety. I have it getting dressed today, for example, is my mother's birthday. We're going out to eat. It took me an hour and a half just to find something to wear and talk myself into going outside in the world, because I'm thinking, oh my God, they're going to laugh at me. I shouldn't wear this. Oh, I look like this. Oh my gosh, we're going to get in the car. It's going to be traffic. Oh my gosh, my mom's getting old. She can't drive. What's going to, I mean, all these different things keep going in my brain, and it gets so scrambled in there that I can't even think straight. Then I begin to not talk straight. Words don't come out of my mouth. And it just brings embarrassment, which I'm trying to avoid, but it actually brings it on.
Yeah. And what do they? I think it's you speak about 130 words a minute, and I think there's studies that say your brain like thinks of like 1,100 words per minute. And when I'm really wound up, I want to say all 1,100 words at once. Like I'm making up words because something has to get like it's like get it out, you know. So it's bizarre.
Mind Over Mood is a good book for CBT.
Oh, interesting.
Okay, hey, we'll check that out.
Absolutely. Yeah. Any resources you guys know, any books, any sort of anything that has been beneficial to you? I mean, again, anxiety is a blanket term, but it's not, the symptoms are not, nobody wears the symptoms the same way. So it presents itself differently. Different things work for different people. And some days, the things that worked yesterday don't work for me the next day.
Exactly.
It's so bizarre. So any sort of resources, anything that anybody, you got anything. So Linda and I are really hoping to kind of build this series, like start tonight with what is anxiety? You know, what does it feel like? What do people call it? How is it defined and that kind of stuff. And then on Thursday, we're going to talk about triggers. But I really, once we get through like kind of like the basics, even though most of us know the basics, my goal, what I really like to do is be able to, for people that don't suffer the way I do, chances are somebody that you know does, even if you don't. So I really want to open up the conversation and maybe spread a little education and awareness. So then that way the people who don't suffer have a little more tolerance and a little more empathy for people that do.
Right.
So once we get past this week, we're going to go into more of like, we're going to go into more like coping skills and what works for us and just kind of have like general discussions and whatever. So that's kind of, I just wanted to say that. So,
right. Well, some people don't even really know. I mean, that if you have frequent headaches like I do, and I get migraines, and that is anxiety, stress related. What do you call it? Effect that I get. You can have stomach problems where you have to go to the bathroom a lot. Either you're constipated or you have diarrhea or you urinate a lot. That's another symptom. The muscle tenseness. Some people do their jaw like this, or your back hurts.
I really have, I think I even said it in the hockey video. Like I'll get so tense that when I finally calm down, like
your jaw hurts.
My jaw hurt, my face, and I don't even realize I'm doing it, but it's like I don't know if I'm like
what's DSM? It's directed at, can you see the questions or the chat?
I don't know, Travis. What does it say? Travis, do you know?
I don't know what DSM is.
Well, I mean, basically like the I mean, then you're getting into like more of the medical stuff and like the professional side of thing, and that's not really, I don't know.
I don't know what is DSM. Dude, like diagnose manual for psychology. I don't know. I have no idea. I don't read that stuff like that. I'm the things that I've looked up or whatever, some of the things I'm telling you now, but when it comes to personal stuff, I can tell you all about it, but it's just technical stuff I don't know too much about. How about you, Dee?
Oh. I can tell you the stuff my doctors have told me, but we'll save the super personal stuff for another day. We'll get there, I'm sure.
I don't have that book there. Yeah, put the link in there, Travis, and we'll find out.
The manual, the string said, pretty much.
Diagnostic manual. I have no idea. I've never read one of them in my life, so I wouldn't know. But yeah.
I'll definitely check it out, Travis, and we can present. I just don't want to
be too technical medically, because
and I don't want. I want to talk about what I'm comfortable talking about. And I feel like if I'm going to present information, I want to be able to say it in such a way that I understand it. And I feel like that would be the most beneficial to everybody, to where then it would be the most genuine.
Right.
I don't want to sit down and recite something technical and crazy. And not, I don't mean it like that, but I don't want to recite something that I don't feel connected to, but I will definitely check it out and poke around and see, so.
And diagnosing me would really be something, because I got a whole lot of things that go along with my anxiety. I have PTSD. I have, that kind of thing. I got a lot of issues. I got, OCD. So, definitely multiple personalities.
Yeah, and those are definitely, all parts of it. And another thing you notice about people with anxiety, they're perfectionists, because they need everything to be just so. Right. So there's no room for, error. There's no room for any criticism,
And we are not trying to diagnose anybody.
And Travis brought up my notebook. Another thing you notice with people with anxiety and different, on any spectrum of the anxiety rainbow, is that they constantly are making lists, to-do lists, and they're like elaborate. It's not like, pick up dog food. It is, go to this store because it's on sale, and remember, it's blah, blah, like you do all.
Okay, let's talk about notebooks. I have several. I have lots.
Right. Exactly.
I'm always writing something. It doesn't mean I'm going to stick to it, but it makes me feel better to write it down. I get what you're saying. And constantly writing lists and writing things.
Yeah.
And we're not like.
And a lot of people, exactly. OCD is anxiety. There's tons of things that fall under that term.
Yeah.
And you notice a lot of people do not delegate people with anxiety. I'll just do it myself. That way I know it's done right. And that's a control factor. Yeah. So, I mean, there's lots of.
Then you kind of get into the narcissism.
I'm sorry?
I said, then we kind of get into narcissism. But like, we're not here to diagnose. That's what we say in the beginning. We're just here to say what we feel about the certain, things that we deal with, and then just get in touch with you guys and, just kind of open it up as a discussion,
Absolutely. And if anybody ever wanted to come on and talk about whatever they got going on, if they want to share a story, by all means, please do.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know if you really want to hear me and Linda talk all the time, but
I don't. I'd rather hear from that. That's why we're doing it.
I definitely want to open the conversation up. I want to provide a platform to where people feel included, and they feel like, even though sometimes the anxiety is ridiculous and it doesn't mean something to somebody else. I get it and I understand it. And whatever is setting you off and putting you in those places, I definitely want to at least be a support system.
Right. That's what we're putting out there. Yep. Exactly.
Hey, Rhonda. Where have you been?
I was just going to type, hi, Rhonda, but I didn't want to make the faces you told me I make when I type.
Oh, that's so funny. I don't know if you guys can ever hear Linda type, but it's like she's beating the shit out of her keyboard. It's like, boom, boom. It's like whack-a-mole. And right before we went on, she was typing something, and I looked up, and she's going.
And I'm making.
Like her. I'm like, what are you doing? No, Rhonda, we're not talking about you.
We're talking about us.
We're talking about us, but like I did right before rally, I did the Anxiety is Like a Hockey Game, and then Paul from Reporting Live from My Sofa has invited me onto his channel once, and we did a thing about anxiety. And then I noticed, no matter what the topic is on any video, some, just things get brought up.
It always comes up.
And there's always somebody's statement that says, oh, my anxiety, oh my God, blah, blah, blah. So I thought, why are we not talking about it? Like, there's no reason not to. And I just feel like, why not? Like, there's no reason not to. And another thing is, we're getting ready to come into fall and winter, which means we're all going to
depression.
put in the house. It's going to be cold for most of us anyway. And then you get like the seasonal effect, you know, depression and all that stuff. So I figure if we can gain some sort of support system now, then maybe we can work on, you know, we can kind of help each other out. So that's my goal.
And well, mine too. We're on the same page, me and her. So like she said, we talk all the time. So we could talk to each other and go, what the hell did you do that for? That was kind of dumb. And she can go, I don't know, you know. But when you're out in society, and a lot of people don't even want to admit they have it, and that's fine if they don't want to, you know, and you're dealing with it. But if we can give you some kind of platform to talk about it, and some kind of, you know, tools that we just use that you don't have to go seek any help for. Not that we're not saying don't go seek it. If you feel you need medical help or see a therapist, by all means do so. We're not putting that down. It's great for some people. We've been through it. We just want to talk about it. Just get a group together of all of us that are internet friends anyway and talk about it. Like if we're sitting around a table drinking coffee or beer or whatever it might be, you know, just having a ball.
Yeah. And I mean, and if you look through the room, these are names that we all see pretty much every channel we go to, you know, in any live chat or some, you know, through the Discord communities and whatnot. So there's always opportunity to reach out to somebody and be like, hey, I'm having a shitty day, or, you know, so.
Right. It's good to have some place to, you know, I mean, up until I talked about it with Rally, I never told anybody because I felt alone in it. I mean, I really did. I felt totally alone. I thought, oh my gosh, I'm the only one that thinks like this. I'm the only one that has a problem with my closet. Well, come to find out, I'm not the only one that has a problem with getting dressed and going out. And it made me feel better. And the more I talk about it with Denise or other people, but I mainly with Denise, I feel better. I feel better about myself. It helps me cope through my days. And if we can do that for somebody, that's great. If just one person, even, you know, that's fantastic.
So I put up on the thing, I love this one too, which came first, the chicken or the egg? So you imagine the chicken as your scary event and your egg as anxiety. For most people, well, for a lot of people, the chicken would come first. Like some shit would go down and then you'd be anxious about it. Or you've got a job interview tomorrow, so you're anxious about it. You know, you're like, oh my gosh, you know, and in your mind, that's scary. Now, to somebody like me, it depends on the minute. It could be the chicken or the egg. And a lot of times it's just the egg. My mind's going, oh no, you know, it's like, oh my God, I got to get dressed and go do this. I got to, you know, blah, blah. You think like, okay, I got to get dressed. I got to go here. That bitch from high school is going to be there. Oh my God, blah, blah, blah. Somebody's going to stop and talk to me. And that's just going to the mailbox, you know, or something ridiculous. You know what I'm saying?
Well, Truth Monster says, who has anxiety on Sunday nights about going to work on Monday?
Exactly.
You know, a lot of people might, you know, I had anxiety every time I had to go to work.
Yeah.
Genetics do, yes, genetics do play in it. Yes, they do.
Nurture, they're amazing things.
Genetics play, your social environment plays it, and in your life, what is it that, you know, any traumatic things that have happened to you in life play a big role.
Okay.
Having a baby.
I don't know. Gavin knows what I'm doing, and every damn time I'm on here with you guys, Mom, you don't talk to me. I'll be in bed. So hold on 1 second.
Not a problem.
Oh my gosh.
I'm reading chat, so. Yeah, Catnip, I see. I'm not the only one, and you're not either. You know, definitely not the only one that thinks about it. Yes, Rhonda, I agree. I have that too. There's a lot of times I will just say, you know what, I really need this, but I think I could substitute it for this. I used to, when I lived in my apartment before I was taking care of my mother, I would run my groceries down to absolutely nothing because I hated to go to the grocery store. It was something I had to do by myself. I'd try to call up a friend. Want to go to the store with me? Want to go food shopping with me? You know, just so I didn't have to be alone. So I totally get that, you know. I mean, Yeah, I have many times just stayed in the house, not wanting to leave because of my anxiety. Winter. That's why we're doing this at kind of this time, because winter is a place where a lot of people start getting into that deep hole, and it's sometimes very hard to get out of. School time, yeah. You pretend to get on the phone if you want your kids to come talk to you. Okay, that's good. Yes. You know, Sharon, you really helped me with my packing for rally, I gotta tell you. Because I'm a mess when it comes to pack to go somewhere. It's like, oh my gosh, it, then I'm doing it the last minute. And when I do it the last minute, I end up not having what I wanted. So, Sharon, you really gave me the heads up on that. That's totally changed my packing life forever. Um,
Oh, that's horrible, Rhonda. I'm so sorry.
I'm trying to, yeah, what does it say? Her younger brother. Oh no. Well, I can tell you that I just had a friend's son do that. Was it like a week and a half ago? So I'm kind of dealing with that with my friend too. And it is a horrible place. Very sorry to hear that, Rhonda. Jess goes to the bathroom, everybody comes running when she shuts the door.
Exactly.
Oh gosh, I remember that too. It is something funny, ain't it, about kids when they do that? They're like, oh, okay, mom's busy. Let's go bother
No,
her.
he's 15. Like he have kids, they said. It'll be fun.
That's Jess, that's what I had a
Your
problem
life
with.
will be so much fuller because of children. And your hair will be grayer. Let me tell you what. Don't get me wrong. My kids are my favorite people in the world. I love
Mine
them.
too.
I love them both. But
Yeah.
my grandkids are so much cooler.
Are you going on a cruise, Jess? You're lucky. I just got off a cruise. Well, last year I went on it, and that's what Sharon helped me pack for, because I was just a nutcase about going on this cruise. I was like, what am I going to do? And then, at Raleigh, and then cruise. Oh my gosh, I went there. I'm getting them confused. I went on my cruise, opened up my suitcase. I didn't have anything that I would have used that I had out, but because I waited for the last minute, I threw everything in a bag that I had out that I didn't need. Like forgot my flip flops, and I went to on a tropical cruise. Didn't bring no shorts. I mean, didn't bring nothing to dress for the captain's ball or whatever the food. I was like, what a mess I was. Now I got it down though. I got it written it down. I wrote it down, Sharon. That's how good it was. I wrote it down, and it is a list, but it's one I'll follow.
Last time we went to Disney World, and whenever we go on vacation, which I know Linda, I'm trying to think if anybody else in chat was there. Linda saw me somewhat in action. Like I pretty much like I want to do it all, and I want to make sure we do it all. So I kind of, I provide as much as I can. I do
everything.
So we're going to Disney World, and I have I think it's upstairs still in the bookcase. I had this huge, this huge binder, and like it had our whole itinerary for our trip, like all crazy stuff. I made all these lists. I was doing all this stuff, and we got there, and a couple things did not go as like how I planned them to go. And I was like devastated, but my kids and my husband were like, oh, this is still awesome. What are you freaking out about? And I'm like, I don't know, like, because it didn't go as planned. You know what I mean? Like, it's so stupid.
Because you're a perfectionist, and that's another part of anxiety is perfection. You got to realize that we're human. We make mistakes. There's a difference between trying to do something right or be the right at it all the time, being the best. And
hold on 1 second, Rhonda. You're not inciting anything. Like I literally feel for you, and I can empathize with that. I've had my own experience with suicide in my world, and I'm just I don't know. I don't want you to ever feel bad about saying anything in here.
No,
Okay.
we
So
love you.
absolutely. All right.
And
so sorry, Linda. I didn't mean to
no, that's
interrupt you.
okay. That's really okay because honestly, that's what we're here for. This is what this is all about. We want to be able to let people be able to say what they have to say. You know,
Mhm.
she's got PTSD and, you know, all this other stuff going on because of all the tragical things that have been happening in her life. And I'm very sorry to hear that, Rhonda. I'm extremely sorry. But if we can help you, that's what we're here for. I mean, we're not professionals, but hey, we got ears and we got experiences, you know, similar, if not the same, some of them, you know. So, yeah, I get it. Hugs to you and welcome. And I'm glad you're here and I'm glad you're putting that out there. Feel free. VK.
Yeah, I'm a big planner. I like things to be
Perfect.
I want everyone to have I want everyone to live their best life when we're wherever we are. You know what I mean?
You don't definitely do not have to
Exactly,
tell me
Travis.
that.
I don't want to. You don't want to miss anything. You know,
Oh, yeah. Well, let me tell you.
you get a bad case of FOMO on anything. I deal with that a lot.
She brought
I agree, Rhonda.
everything we could ever need at the rally house, okay, to make signs, okay. Then she had a Michael's store, she had a liquor store, she had a soda fountain, she had a snack parlor, she had everything you needed. And you know what? When I didn't have something, my knee was bothering me and I was really sick. And she went and bought me Dagon NyQuil and muscle rub. Okay. Then she says, I don't care. We're going to go get it. You got to have it. And then she just went to the store and bought it and gave it to me. I mean, I'm like, you know, and we did these, you know, she just get in the car and she's like, well, we're going to go here. We're going to go here. We seen so much. And if it would have been me there, I wouldn't have seen none of that stuff because I don't think of it. Just like I never think of taking pictures. So now, rally, I have no pictures. Everybody else has pictures. Linda don't have no pictures because I don't take pictures. And I'm like, oh, I want to take a picture of that, but I don't do it. You know, so that's what my anxiety does to me. I overthink everything. I think it's so much and overthink it so much that I end up not doing it.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a problem. Well, planning for Paul's meetup will be easy for me because I don't want to go there. I want to do all that. I've been there, but haven't been there, you know?
Oh, you're coming.
Oh, I'll be there. Let me tell you, I'll be there. And y'all, just be prepared. I'll be carrying Kleenexes because I won't cry when I see Denise because I've already done that. But all of you that I have not ever met, I'm going to cry like a big old baby. And every time, just accept it, please. I'm going to run up to you and I'll have tears in my eyes. They're happy tears, but I'll be crying. That's just how I am. I'm a big old crybaby. That's how my emotion comes out, like cry. Either that or I'm laughing. And I don't, well, when I meet new people, I'll be crying. I'm just saying. That's how I am.
And she's a hugger. Just be prepared. She's a hugger.
Yep, I'm a big hugger. Love hugs. I even hugged Denise, I guess, for, I don't know, when I was NyQuil'd out for a while. She's leaving.
Yeah, that's a whole nother mess.
But anyway, so I'm trying to think if we didn't cover anything or we have covered it or whatever. I think we covered what it is, what we plan on doing.
Yeah, perfectionism is horrible.
Overthinking is very
I'm good at that one.
Well, overthink. You know, you notice that when I do some lives, sometimes I'll try to say something and I know the word, but I can't get it out of my mouth. That's another thing that happens. You lose how to communicate. Your mind is going so fast. There's so many things going on that it just doesn't come out. You can't communicate the right words you're trying to say. Well, that also might be fibro fog, but most of the time it's probably my anxiety. So yeah, that's another thing that happens to me that I don't know if it happens to anybody else. I would hate to have to do speeches for a living because I would never be able to do them. I would be, you know, oh God, no. I mean, I can imagine everybody in their underwear, but I couldn't talk the words because of it. You know what I mean? It would just become overwhelming. And that's what I mean. It becomes very overwhelming.
Mm-hmm. Very much so.
I can only be like, I have to chat because there we go. Move it over and cover up my face.
I think that, okay, here's my deal with the internet. And this, no matter what the topic is, I'm a firm believer in there's such thing as too much information. So there's so much information on any one given topic in the world. So if you're whatever you feel like overindulging in, you have the opportunity to do so. So I just, yeah, I think the internet plays a role in a lot of things these days. A lot. You know, another problem is like uncertainty. Like there's like this when when you don't know what's going to happen, which of course nobody can see the future, you know.
Right.
And I mean, it's not just like, oh my gosh, I hope the birthday party next weekend goes really well. It's not just that simple. Like, it's like, oh my God, the cake's going to get crashed in the car on the way, like there's all these things. And it like the uncertainty is like an allergy. Your body is like, oh my God. So in order to avoid the uncertainty, you just avoid things altogether. So
right. PTSD and ADHD go hand in hand. Well, okay. Because I had ADHD. Well, they never diagnosed it when I was a kid. Oh, yes, I am that old. But my daughter has it very severely, and she's older now, but she still has it. In fact, she has it worse because she had an accident, and she has PTSD and bipolar. I think I'm like quadpolar or tripolar, or a whole lot more polar because I got a lot of
Linda's got all the polars.
I got everything. I mean, if they were to diagnose me professionally, they might stick me away. They might not think I'm safe to be out here. I don't know.
I got that.
But I got a lot, and I don't medicate for, I mean, I used to self-medicate, which is totally wrong. Don't do that kind of stuff anymore. But I'm not on any medication. Maybe I should be, but I'm not. And I think I got everything. But anxiety seems to be the worst because with my anxiety comes everything else. Mm-hmm. It all connects. Panic attacks. I used to have them so bad.
Yeah, anxiety is like the line leader of all the other bullshit.
It's the first, and everything kind of trails off of it.
That's definitely my thoughts.
Yeah, I got fibrofog. Yes, I do. A lot of times. When I'm in a lot of pain, I really have a hard time talking.
Now, see, Catnut, I like that you said you can do speeches if you write them out in practice, but not off the top of your head. See, and you've been talking, like, I heard you talk in the Discord call the other night, and I was like, yes, go Catnut, because for a long time, you said, oh my God, I'm never going to talk, I'm never going to do this. So you made the leap to do the Discord, like, and actually talk in the Discord call, which I thought was really cool. So one of these days, we're going to pop you up here on the screen.
Yeah, I asked her to be on with me. She said, when she gets her, I told her she never has to show her face. That's fine. Same with Sharon Sunshine. She's going to be on my channel too.
I can't wait.
I know. That's going to be great because she is doing victims in serial killers, and I'm doing serial killers. My channel's full of them. So, yeah, I think it'll be a good thing. Might help all of our anxieties.
Yeah, Linda's channel is linked in the description. Let me get you Sharon's, unless Awen's here and she hasn't like
super mad.
I know. Give me a second.
Polar Linda, yes. Tripolar, quipolar, everything polar. Polar bear because I live in Minnesota.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go. See, Aaron beat me to it again.
Travis says my college roommates ended up writing books. It's too much after became the bestseller. Explain things on how.
That's pretty cool.
Really, that is good. And how to make it. Yeah. I wish I could write a book because I got a book to write, but I could never ever get the descrambling to put it on there. Never. Couldn't do it. It really stops me. My anxiety really does stop me. And I've noticed it took me this long to notice that it stopped me from doing a lot of things in my life. And I'm trying to avoid that now by talking about it and by finding, which we'll talk about next time, ways to cope with it. What triggers us, like going to the store or going to this. We'll talk about that next weekend.
Oh, you're welcome, Catnut. And you're welcome, Sharon. Yeah, Catnut.
Oh, thank you, Penny Dreadful, subscribing. Thank you very much.
Yay.
I want to stay small. I really don't want to get to that 1,000 and more, like people are saying they want to do that. I really
You're going to
don't.
be president. You need to get your ass out there.
Well, yeah, you betcha. But you know what? I can be president of a very small group of people, which would be really great. A small country's nice.
So cool, Jess. Sharon, have you not left because you're hanging out with your husband with everything he's got going on, or have you just not left because you just are in your bubble, in your mode?
Yeah. Or well, she has some health issues too, so maybe that might be it.
Oh my gosh, Travis, that's terrible.
What?
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. That is terrible. Sorry to hear that. Don't sweat the small stuff, ironically. Yeah. Well, they say that, if you didn't sweat the small stuff, the big stuff would be easier to take on. But
I don't know.
a lot of the small stuff stops me. Yeah, we'll look it up. We got Denise, who is a researcher through and through, born that way on everything. I like to do that too, but see, I get sidetracked because squirrel happens, and Linda will be talking about and looking at, I don't know, cats floating on a skis or something after I'm trying to look at this one thing, and I end up looking at, I don't know, cats in a box. I have no idea what happens to me, but I just keep on looking and I get other sidetracked too much.
Man, if I wrote a book, I don't even know. I wouldn't even know where to start.
That's what I mean. How would you start?
I look at people like Awen, and for anybody who hasn't checked out her podcast, but I look at her and how she's taken that story and was able to put it into an actual, or she's taken that experience and put it into like a storyline.
I tried doing that, and I got like
there's no way in hell.
I got like 2 pages. And if you think about it, it's not, I mean, I could sit and think about it like that, and I did it, but I couldn't continue with it. You could write my book for me there, A1. How's that? We'll be rich on your writing my story.
Right.
Died en route to New York.
Oh my gosh.
Oh my gosh, to promote his last book? Maybe the stress was too much for him, or he had bad cholesterol or something. What did he die from? Just
he died en route to New York on an airplane to promote his latest book.
Oh, that's terrible.
My gosh. It's a wheelchair. Oh my gosh, Sharon.
Oh, honey. Sending you love. I don't know how they work in the other countries, but when my mom was like that, she had nurses that came like, twice a week to do that and help her and stuff. So maybe they got something like that out there in Scotland.
I don't know. We'll send Paul to you.
Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. I wrote it down, Travis. I'm going to look it up here in a little bit.
So listen to Richard and don't sweat the small stuff.
Absolutely. Yeah. Wow. That's an incredible story. My goodness.
I do.
Gosh, damn.
Oh, she don't do well without going because of her anxiety. I get that, honey. We've talked. I'm one of the few that get one of those beautiful voice messages from her, and I love it. She is always so encouraging and so uplifting. And yes, and I understand that. It's hard to take your own advice because I can give people advice on anxiety and I could talk about it and say, well, this worked, and this, and maybe that you should try that. But it's hard to take your own advice. And when you're in that situation where you're getting a really bad, like real bad anxiety, it's hard to talk yourself into anything.
And okay, if you don't suffer from it, this is the worst thing you can say. And if you do suffer from it, this is the worst thing you can hear. Just snap out of it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, my God. If that doesn't just make it worse.
It does.
So, it does. Yeah.
I hate people that say, "Oh, just don't worry about that. It's okay. You don't have to think about that kind of thing." How would you know?
Right.
My brain is telling me this, and don't tell me to just get over it, okay? Because there is a scientific reason why my brain is doing this, and I just want to figure out how to make it through life. Somebody
Right.
saying, "Oh, you worry about it too much, or you're overthinking it, or just give it up. Just can't you just relax?" Well, if I could, do you think I wouldn't do it?
Right.
Hello.
If it was that easy for me, we wouldn't be having this conversation.
Exactly.
Oh my goodness. So yeah, that's one thing. That's the one thing I cannot stand. So
Took 5 years. You wrote a book, Survivor?
oh my gosh, why is it still sitting there?
Why aren't you publishing it? I would love to read it. I love when people write things like,
Oh my gosh, Travis, absolutely right.
yeah, just to snap out of it. Exactly. It's like telling, here comes a dog chasing you. He's growling at you. And what are you going to do? Turn around and pet him. That's all you got to do. He'll calm down.
Right.
I don't think so. Get it published, you betcha. We're here to encourage you, Survivor. Get that book published. What's it about? Oh, I don't want to go off traffic.
Man,
See,
so many people in here. Like, I love it.
I do too.
I love how
so engaging.
I love how like Charlotte's got a book and like all the send us a copy. Oh my gosh.
Betcha. Can't get anyone to help me out on Amazon. Well, I know somebody that knows a lot about Amazon, and it's that person in the other screen.
I don't know about that.
Simple Tools. Do you know the names of any of these books of your friend there? There's Simple Tools.
Yeah, it's called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff.
And that's the name of it?
Yeah, Richard Carlson. I wrote it down.
Okay, cool. That'd be great. It's about fairies. I love fairies. So does my granddaughter. Oh my gosh, I would love to see that. Do you know that there is a place that publishes books, especially if it's like a kid's book or it's a love story? They publish them for you. I think I could find it and put it in one of our things, and she'll be able to see it, or just look it up, because there's people that come and publish your books for you. All you gotta do is write it. And Penny Dreadful Things. Oh my God, I love it. So do I. Just like that said it.
Wow, it's a whole series. I didn't realize that, Travis.
There's it is. Don't sweat the small stuff. There's the link.
Oh,
Please put it out for
and
y'all.
it's on Audible. So anybody who digs Audible, it's on Audible.
How That's awesome. Me. That's me. I'm an Audible. Oh, thanks, Travis. Great help.
Yeah,
see, he's a lawyer that's got
small stuff. Yeah, don't sweat the small stuff and it's small stuff. That's really
You're not a downer, baby. I love you.
Nobody's a downer.
Sharon, I love you. Just like we told Rhonda, you're not. You speak about anything you want. We're safe here. Downer. Nobody is.
Absolutely not.
Right. I'm sending you love. Brighter day, baby.
Sending love. But I posted the link up there, guys, to Amazon for Richard Carlson's book.
Don't Sweat the Small Things.
That Travis was telling us about, and it's a whole series. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna look into that. That sounds interesting.
Oh, Whirly Wool, thank you. Help out Survivor. That's great. See? Networking. That's what it's all about. Fantastic. Aw. Mwah. Mwah. That's for you, babe.
All right, guys. So on Thursday, we're going to talk. Oh,
J4. Hello.
What's wrong?
Pray for my son. I cannot say.
Yes, definitely love coming your way.
But you're full of anxiety. I will pray for you.
Absolutely.
Yeah, definitely. And if you want to talk about it, you can DM us or leave something in the comments or whatever if you need something.
Right. Absolutely.
Don't sweat the small stuff at any time. Great.
Yeah, I would say that the title is a little intimidating, but it's kind of like the PDFs down below, like the anxiety for dummies. And it's
Right.
not because you're a dummy, and it's not saying don't sweat the small stuff as in just get over it. I think having a little more context to it is pretty
right. So don't forget to look at the description. We can see what our main goals are. Like we're trying to get a little group together and whatnot. And next week, we're going to talk about what triggers you. What
right.
triggers anxiety. So if you want to take notes, make a notes, whatever, come prepared. Like I'm not, then that'll be great. So
all right. So Thursday at 1:15, guys, we will
yeah.
be here, weather permitting. Again, I am so sorry about all that nightmare, but that's over. We're done with that. Survived. So,
bye,
but
guys.
I want to thank everybody for coming, and I will see you guys on Thursday.
Bye,
have a great
everybody.
night. Make
Love
it a
you.
great week.
Bye.
Love y'all. Bye-bye. Peace out, girl.